Hey everyone, ready to dive into something kind of wild? Today, it's all about advanced artificial intelligence.
Advanced AI.
Which, yeah, it sounds like we're in a sci-fi movie,
Yeah.
but we're going to break down how it's already part of, like, your daily life.
Right, exactly.
We've got a fascinating episode of Tech Talk Nexus to help us out. It's called Advanced Artificial Intelligence, New Applications in Everyday Life. So get ready to see AI in a whole new light.
Absolutely. And this episode is great because it really gets into how AI is impacting us right now. It's not just some abstract concept for the future anymore.
Totally. Okay, so they jump right into smart homes. And I gotta admit, I'm so used to Alexa and all that
Right.
that I forget there's like serious AI power behind it.
It's easy to forget, isn't it? But what's really interesting is how those systems, they're designed to learn about you.
Okay.
Your preferences.
Mm.
And it's not just for convenience anymore. Like the episode actually mentioned a study where AI-powered thermostats were able to reduce energy consumption significantly just by learning the homeowner's temperature preferences. Pretty cool, huh?
That is really cool. AI helping me save money on energy bills. I like that.
Exactly.
But, okay, it makes you wonder, like, what else is this technology capable of?
Healthcare is a big one. The episode talks about how IBM's Watson Health is using AI to analyze huge data sets
Wow.
of medical information, which can help doctors make diagnoses that they might have missed. Imagine AI spotting patterns in your medical history years before a human doctor ever could.
See, now that's kind of what I'm talking about. That's huge. It's like having a second set of eyes.
Right.
But, like, powered by, what is it, algorithms and data?
Exactly. Massive amounts of data.
It does feel very Star Trek, but it's, like, happening now. And it gets even more personal, right? They mentioned something about wearable tech.
Oh, absolutely. Think about your Fitbit or your Apple Watch. Really.
Yeah.
They're not just tracking your steps. All that data,
Yeah.
it's going to AI algorithms that can give you early warnings about serious health issues. We're talking about preventative healthcare on a whole new level.
So instead of reacting to us getting sick, AI could help us stay healthy.
Exactly.
That changes things. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think it's fascinating how it changes the role of doctors. The episode makes it very clear that AI is not here to replace doctors.
Okay.
It's about giving them more tools, more information. Imagine AI flagging potential issues and allowing doctors to focus on personalized care. That's powerful.
It does feel like we're on the edge of something really big. Okay, let's shift gears a little bit, talk about something that's always a hot topic, self-driving cars. This Tech Talk Nexus episode, they mentioned Tesla, Waymo, Uber, all the big players.
And for good reason. These companies, they're putting a lot of faith in AI, right, to navigate those really complex environments in real time.
Yeah.
And it's not just about convenience, it's about making our roads safer. The episode actually cites some pretty interesting statistic about how self-driving cars have the potential to significantly reduce traffic fatalities.
Okay, so safer roads, fewer accidents. I mean, that's something we can all get behind. But it's still a little weird to think about, robots behind the wheel.
It's a big adjustment for sure.
Yeah.
One thing I found interesting was how the episode went into the ethical questions that come with this kind of technology.
Oh, like,
Well, for example, what happens when a self-driving car has to make a split-second decision
right.
to avoid an accident? How does it choose? These are questions that philosophers, programmers, they're all grappling with right now, and there are no easy answers.
See, and that's what I find so interesting. As we have these technological advancements, it's like we create a whole new set of ethical questions.
Exactly. And those conversations are just as important as the technology itself.
100%. Okay, so we've talked about smart homes, AI, in healthcare, self-driving cars. That's a lot. But AI is also popping up in some, shall we say, more fun ways.
Oh, absolutely. And in some ways, more pervasive ways. Think about how often you shop online, right?
Oh, yeah.
AI is transforming that experience too.
You're right, because I feel like I can't even look at anything online without getting a personalized recommendation nowadays. It's actually kind of creepy how well they know me.
It is. And that's AI at work.
Really?
The Tech Talk Nexus episode, they explain how companies like Amazon, they're using AI to predict what you might want to buy before you even know you want it.
Wait, what?
Forget those generic recommendations. We're talking hyper-personalized suggestions based on all your browsing and purchase history.
Okay, yeah. As a consumer, I gotta admit that is really convenient. But it's also kind of like, does AI know me better than I know myself?
That is the million-dollar question. On the one hand, it's convenient.
Right.
It can introduce you to new things. But on the other hand, is there a level of manipulation? Are we really making our own choices?
It's true. It's like that saying, a little knowledge is a dangerous thing, or in this case, a lot of knowledge in the hands of, AI. I'm curious about how this is all playing out in entertainment. We all love, like, a good Netflix recommendation, but I have a feeling that's just, the beginning.
Oh, absolutely. The tip of the iceberg. Tech Talk Nexus actually talks about how AI is being used to create personalized entertainment experiences across all platforms. But it gets even crazier. We're talking AI-generated music, art, even writing.
Hold on, AI writing novels.
Yeah.
That's both amazing and slightly terrifying for a writer like me. Like, do I need to be worried?
Well, I don't think you need to panic just yet. The episode really emphasizes that AI, it's a tool, ultimately. It can help with things like writer's block, maybe spark some ideas, but it's still up to us, the humans, to actually bring those stories to life.
Oh, okay. Well, that is reassuring, at least for now. So we've seen how AI is personalizing our homes, revolutionizing healthcare, changing the way we drive, shop, even how we experience entertainment.
Right.
But there's one area we haven't touched on yet: finance. And I'll be honest, not exactly the most thrilling topic.
Right.
But this Tech Talk Nexus episode somehow makes it sound exciting.
It does. It's not just about crunching numbers anymore. The episode highlights how AI can be used for things like personalized investment portfolios or to prevent fraud. Imagine a world where AI is helping you manage your money more effectively and keep it safe.
Okay, now that's something I can get behind. More efficient, more secure. AI sounds like a game changer for finance.
Right. It's pretty amazing what it can do. But like anything, there are potential downsides as well, things we definitely need to consider.
Of course.
We have to look at both sides.
Absolutely. So listeners, as we go deeper into this episode, we're going to do just that. We'll unpack the potential benefits and drawbacks of AI in finance and explore how this technology might reshape our relationship with money. Stick with us.
It's easy to think about, robots taking over Wall Street when we talk about AI in finance, but the episode actually dove into some really practical uses that are already out there.
Okay, so, what kind of stuff are we talking about? What's AI doing in finance right now that's actually making a difference?
Fraud detection. That's a big one.
Okay.
The old systems, they usually rely on those rule-based approaches.
Right.
And those, they can be tricked, by people who know what they're doing. But AI systems can look at tons of data in real time. They can spot those tiny patterns, those little red flags that humans might miss.
It's like having, a super detective working 24/7 to catch anything fishy, which honestly is pretty reassuring these days, especially with all the financial scams out there.
Exactly. And the cool thing is those AI systems, they're always learning. Every time they see a new kind of scam, they get better at spotting it in the future. It's like having a security system that's constantly getting smarter.
Okay, that's pretty impressive. But I'm guessing it's not just about catching the bad guys, right? Can AI help, manage investments and stuff too?
Oh, absolutely. The Tech Talk Nexus episode, they actually talked about how AI is being used to create these personalized investment portfolios.
Personalized. So what does that even mean?
So instead of getting the same old generic investment advice, you could have an AI analyze your situation, your finances, what you can risk, your goals.
Okay.
And it creates a plan just for you.
It's like having a personal financial advisor, like an AI one.
Exactly.
Which honestly sounds amazing for someone like me who, doesn't have a PhD in finance.
Right, exactly. And the more AI technology grows, the more we can expect from it in the finance world. We could see everything from algorithmic trading to, credit scores being cited by AI.
Okay, yeah, the possibilities are kind of blowing my mind a little bit, but I hate to be a downer here. We've got to talk about the downsides too, right? Because earlier we were talking about the ethical questions around AI. And I feel like those get even more intense when it comes to something as important as, our money.
Oh, absolutely. There are some very real concerns that we can't ignore. For example, there's the problem of algorithmic bias.
Okay.
So if the data that's used to train these systems is biased in the first place,
right,
it can lead to unfair outcomes, like some people getting favored over others.
And that's a huge deal, especially with something like finances that can have such a big impact on people's lives.
Exactly.
So how do we even begin to address that? How do we make sure that these systems are fair to everyone?
That's the million-dollar question, right? And the episode really emphasized transparency and accountability. We have to be able to see how these systems are being built, how they're making decisions. We need to make sure that they're designed to be fair from the ground up.
It sounds like a huge challenge.
It is.
but one that we absolutely have to figure out if we want to use AI in a way that benefits everyone.
100%.
Yeah.
It's going to take continuous work.
Right.
We could keep developing, evaluating, refining these systems all the time.
Well, I feel like I've learned a ton about how AI is changing the game in finance.
Good.
Both the good and, the stuff we still need to figure out. It's definitely clear that AI is going to play a bigger and bigger role in how we handle our money.
Oh, yeah.
And it's on us to make sure it does that responsibly. It's kind of wild when I think about it. We started with AI in our homes, like robot vacuums and stuff.
Right.
And now we're talking about algorithms, managing our money.
It's a lot.
This Tech Talk Nexus episode, it really opened my eyes to how much AI is already part of, everyday life.
It's true. And honestly, we've only scratched the surface. The episode made it very clear that AI, it has so much potential.
Yeah.
And it's evolving so quickly.
It does feel like every time you think you're caught up,
Yes.
there's a million new things popping up.
Exactly. Which makes it so fascinating, right? But it also means that we got to keep learning. We got to keep talking about it. How do we want to use this technology? It's a big question.
Absolutely. Knowledge is power, right?
Yeah.
So for our listeners, maybe those who are thinking, okay, I need to learn more about this AI thing, what are some big takeaways from this episode that they should keep in mind?
I think the biggest one is that AI isn't some futuristic fantasy. Right. It's happening now. It's already here. And it's impacting us in ways we don't even realize sometimes.
Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up in oh my gosh, the robots are coming.
Right, exactly.
Well, it's no, it's already here.
It's already happening.
So the more we understand it, the better. Right?
Exactly. And the more it evolves, the more we're going to have to understand how it works, how are people using it, and what does it mean for us, down the road.
It's a lot to consider. But I gotta say, I'm more excited than scared. It's like we're watching this technological revolution unfold.
Right.
And we get to be a part of it.
It's a pretty amazing time to be alive.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's deep dive, but we want to hear from you. How has AI impacted your life? Are you excited? Concerned? Share your thoughts with us. Until next time, stay curious.